Welcome to Cheaters Theater. Over 95% of you watch without subscribing. Please like the video, subscribe, and turn on the bell. And tell us, where are you watching from? We'd love to know. Let's begin. Aaron Keller straightened his tie as he faced his students, his voice carrying across the classroom with the practiced ease of a seasoned teacher. At 36, he commanded respect without demanding it, his passion for history infectious as he guided his high school students through the intricacies of the Civil War. Think about the impact of personal betrayal on historical events, he said, writing key points on the whiteboard. How many wars started because someone broke trust? A student in the front row raised her hand. Like when Benedict Arnold betrayed the Continental Army? Exactly, Emily. Aaron nodded, unaware of the irony in discussing betrayal while his own life teetered on the edge of a similar precipice. One person's actions can trigger a cascade of events that change everything. After class, Aaron sat at his desk, grading papers with meticulous attention. The debate club meeting notes lay beside him, already organized for tomorrow's session. His classroom walls displayed historical maps and student projects, a testament to 17 years of dedicated teaching. His phone buzzed, a text from Lauren. Working late again. Don't wait up. Aaron typed back, no problem. Love you. He waited for her response, but the message remained unread. These late nights had become increasingly frequent over the past 3 years, coinciding with Lauren's promotion at Northbridge Media. Aaron remembered when they first met in college. She was the vibrant art major who painted murals in the student center, while he was the history buff who could spend hours discussing ancient civilizations. They had fallen in love over coffee and conversations about Renaissance art meeting historical contexts. Now at 30, Lauren had transformed. Gone were her paint-stained jeans and spontaneous weekend road trips. Instead, designer suits and urgent business meetings filled her life. Aaron noticed the changes gradually. The expensive perfume replacing her familiar vanilla scent. The new haircut that cost more than their monthly grocery budget. The constant phone notifications that made her jump. That evening, Aaron prepared dinner anyway, her favorite lasagna recipe learned from her mother. The kitchen counter held fresh ingredients, and he worked, layering pasta and sauce. The house felt empty without her presence, their once shared cooking sessions now a solo activity. The phone rang. It was Brian, his fellow history teacher. Hey, Aaron, want to grab a beer? Jessica's poetry reading got canceled. Thanks, but I should wait for Lauren. She might finish early tonight. Brian's pause spoke volumes. Man, when's the last time she actually came home for dinner? She's busy with the new marketing campaign, Aaron defended, though doubt crept into his voice. Dalton's got the whole team working overtime. Victor Dalton? Brian's tone sharpened. The CEO who hit on my wife at the office Christmas party 2 years earlier? Aaron remembered that party. His only meeting with Victor. The CEO had dominated the room with his presence, his expensive suit and practiced charm drawing attention. When Victor had shaken Aaron's hand, his grip had been too tight, his smile too practiced. Jessica said he's got a reputation, Brian continued. 2 divorces, all because he couldn't keep his hands off his employees. Lauren's different, Aaron said firmly. She's professional. She would dash, I hope you're right, buddy. Just keep your eyes open. After hanging up, Aaron wandered their house, noticing details had overlooked. Lauren's side of the closet had expanded, new designer labels replacing her old clothes. Her dresser held an unfamiliar cologne bottle. Probably a client gift, she had said when he asked. He found himself in their home office, where Lauren's laptop sat closed. Their shared password, First Date Coffee 2012, no longer worked. When had she changed it? The front door opened at 11. Lauren entered, her heels clicking against the floor. Her navy suit looked immaculate despite the late hour, her makeup perfect. You didn't have to wait up, she said, dropping her keys in the bowl. I made lasagna, Aaron replied. Your mom's recipe. Lauren's expression flickered. I already ate. Client dinner with Victor. Aaron's head snapped up. The whole team was there. Yes. Why? No reason. Aaron studied her face. How's the campaign going? Fine. Look, I'm tired. I'm going to shower and head to bed. As she passed, Aaron caught that unfamiliar scent again, masculine. Expensive, not the type of cologne found in client gift baskets. Lauren, he called after her. Are we okay? She paused on the stairs. Of course we are. Why wouldn't we be? You've changed. I've grown, she corrected. My career is taking off. I thought you'd be supportive. I am, but you're never home. We barely talk. When's the last time we had dinner together? I'm doing this for us, she snapped. The promotion means we can afford that house you wanted, the one with the library you've dreamed about. I never wanted a bigger house. I wanted dash. What, Aaron? What do you want? My wife back. Lauren's expression hardened. I'm right here. I'm just not the same college girl you married. People change. Either accept that, or... She left the sentence hanging and disappeared upstairs. The shower started running, and Aaron sat alone in the kitchen, staring at the cold lasagna. The next morning, Lauren left before dawn for an early meeting. Aaron found a receipt in the kitchen trash. Dinner for two at Bella Verona, charged to her corporate card. The timestamp read 7:45 p.m. He pulled out his phone and researched Victor Dalton. Articles praised his business acumen, but comment sections told different stories. Harassment allegations quietly settled, former employees bound by NDAs, a string of affairs with marketing executives at various companies. Aaron's hands tightened on his phone. He had always been the understanding husband, the supportive partner, but as he read about Victor's history, something shifted inside him. The mild-mannered history teacher felt a coldness settle in his chest. If Lauren was betraying him, if Victor had targeted his wife, they would learn a crucial lesson. Aaron Keller was not just a teacher of history. He was a student of it, and history showed that the quiet ones, when pushed too far, proved the most dangerous. He opened his laptop and began documenting everything. Lauren's late nights, the receipts, the changes in behavior. Each detail entered into a password-protected file. If his suspicions proved correct, he would need evidence. And if Victor Dalton thought he could damage Aaron's marriage without consequences, he would learn why betrayal had started wars. The Aaron who believed in second chances, who saw good in everyone, began to fade. In his place, a harder man emerged, one who understood that trust, once broken, became a weapon and he intended to be armed. The faculty lounge buzzed with conversation, but Aaron sat apart, picking at his lunch while scrolling through text messages. Each one from Lauren followed a pattern. Working late. Client emergency. Rain check on dinner. Earth to Aaron. Lindsay Parker, the English teacher, waved her hand before his face. You've been staring at your phone for 10 minutes. Aaron locked the screen, forcing a smile. Just checking messages from Lauren. Lindsay's tone carried concern. How is she? We haven't seen her at faculty events lately. Busy with work. Aaron replied automatically, the excuse worn smooth from repetition. At that marketing firm, the one run by Victor Dalton? Lindsay hesitated. My sister worked there briefly, she said. Said what? Nothing concrete. Just rumors about Dalton. The way he treats female employees. Aaron's jaw tightened. What kind of rumors? The usual. Promotions tied to private meetings. Business trips that aren't strictly business. Lindsay touched his arm. Aaron, I'm sure Lauren wouldn't dash no. She wouldn't. He cut her off, standing abruptly. I need to prepare for next period. In his classroom, Aaron pulled up Northbridge Media's website. Victor smiled from the About Us page, silver-haired, expensive suit, practiced charm in every pixel. The Our Team section showed Lauren's photo, her professional biography listing achievements since joining the company. Her smile looked different now, polished and distant. Aaron's phone buzzed. Another text from Lauren. Emergency strategy session. Don't wait up. He opened their shared banking app. Restaurant charges. Boutique purchases. Spa visits. All during supposed work hours. A pattern emerged, and with it a cold fury began to build. That evening, he drove to Northbridge Media's office building. The parking lot was nearly empty at 8 p.m., but Lauren's car was not there. He called her cell. Hey, where are you? He kept his voice casual. At the office, like I said. Strategy session. In the background, he heard music and clinking glasses, not office sounds. Funny. His tone remained level. I'm in the parking lot. Your car is not here. A pause. I carpooled with the team. We're at a client venue. Which venue, Lauren? I can't talk right now. I'll explain later. The call ended. Aaron sat in his car, hands gripping the steering wheel until his knuckles whitened. He opened his laptop, accessing the GPS tracking app he had installed on her phone weeks ago. The location showed Harbor Crest Hotel downtown. The next day, he visited Northbridge's office during lunch. The receptionist, Nina, recognized him from company events. "Hi, Aaron. Here to surprise Lauren?" "Yes." Brought her favorite lunch. He held up a bag from their usual deli. Nina's smile faltered. "Oh, she's out. Client meeting all day." "Really? She didn't mention it this morning." Nina shifted uncomfortably. It was last minute. Mr. Dalton needed her expertise on Dash. "On what, Nina?" "I shouldn't. I mean, it's confidential." Aaron leaned forward. "Nina, how long have you worked here?" 2 years. "And in those 2 years, how many client meetings has Victor Dalton had with female executives?" Nina's eyes widened. She glanced around, then whispered, "I'm not supposed to talk about this." "You don't have to. Just, if you were me, what would you want to know?" Nina bit her lip. "Check the Harbor Crest hotel room expenses. They get filed under client entertainment. That's all I can say." Aaron nodded, sliding her his business card. "If you ever need a reference for a new job." "Thanks." She hesitated. "Aaron, I'm sorry." That night, Lauren returned late again. Aaron sat in the dark living room waiting. "God, you scared me." She jumped when she saw him. "Why are you sitting in the dark? How was the client meeting?" "Fine. Productive." She set down her briefcase. "I'm tired. Can we talk tomorrow?" Was Harbor Crest's bed comfortable? Lauren froze. "What? The hotel where you had your meeting with Victor. You're spying on me? You're cheating on me. That's ridiculous. Victor is my boss. We had a legitimate business meeting." "In a hotel room?" Aaron stood. "Do all your legitimate business meetings involve his cologne on your clothes?" "You're paranoid." But her hand trembled as she gripped her briefcase. "This job is important to me. If you can't handle my success. Aaron laughed coldly. "Is that what you call being involved with your married boss?" "You don't understand anything about business," Lauren snapped. "Sometimes networking requires networking." The word came out like poison. "Is that the corporate term for cheating now?" "I'm not having this conversation." She turned toward the stairs. "Nina told me everything." Lauren stopped. "What?" "About Victor's client meetings. About the hotel expenses. About all the women before you." She had no right dash, so it's true. Aaron's voice was deadly quiet. "You're just another notch on his belt." "It's not like that. Victor values me. He sees my potential. He sees an easy target. A willing fool." Lauren whirled on him. "At least he appreciates me. When's the last time you saw me as more than just your comfortable, predictable wife? While you're teaching the same lessons year after year, I'm building something. I'm growing. You're destroying everything we built together. Maybe what we built wasn't enough." The words exploded from her. "Maybe I wanted more than grading papers and Friday night pizza. Maybe I wanted passion, excitement. And Victor provides that." In hotel rooms between meetings. Her slap echoed in the quiet house. Aaron caught her wrist before she could pull back. "That's your only freebie," he said softly. "Try it again, and you'll learn exactly how predictable I'm not." He released her, and she stumbled back, suddenly uncertain. This was not her mild-mannered husband. The man before her had steel in his eyes. "Aaron Dash, pack a bag. Go to your lover, your hotel, wherever. Just get out." "You can't just dash. I already have proof of everything. Receipts. Hotel stays. Lies. So yes, I can just, and I will." "Are you threatening me?" Aaron smiled, and Lauren took another step back. She had never seen him smile like that before. "Threatening? No. I'm promising you something, Lauren. You and Victor thought you could play me for a fool. Thought the quiet teacher wouldn't notice, wouldn't fight back. That was your first mistake. What are you going to do? You'll see. Now get out of my house." She fled upstairs, grabbed some clothes, and left. Aaron watched her car disappear into the night. Then he opened his laptop and began composing emails to divorce lawyers, to Victor's wife, to Northbridge's board of directors. The nice guy was gone. In his place stood a man who understood that payback, like history, required careful planning and perfect timing. And he had all the time in the world. The GPS tracker blinked steadily on Aaron's laptop screen, marking Lauren's car's position at the upscale airport's parking structure. He had installed it 4 days ago after finding a boarding pass stub in her purse, a flight to Florida he was not supposed to know about. His phone rang. Eleanor Dalton, Victor's wife, said without preamble, "I got your email. The evidence you mentioned?" "I have everything," Aaron replied. "Flight records, hotel receipts, credit card statements. Your husband isn't as clever as he thinks, and my private investigator confirmed it all." Eleanor's voice held cold fury. They're at the Atlantic Shore Resort in Palm Beach. Victor told me he was at a technology conference in Seattle. Lauren claimed it was a marketing retreat in Chicago. Aaron pulled up the resort's website. 5-star accommodations on the company card. Quite the retreat. I want to destroy him, Eleanor said. Not just divorce him. Destroy him. Are you in? Aaron thought about the years he had spent building a life with Lauren, the trust she had shattered, the lies she told while staying in another man's room. I'm in. When do we start? I've already frozen our joint accounts and contacted our board members. Victor's been misusing company funds to finance his retreats. Your wife isn't his first partner in this, but shall be his last. Aaron opened his documentation file. I have records of suspicious charges, unexplained absences, dates, times, locations. Perfect. My lawyer will contact yours. We'll coordinate our attacks. Eleanor paused. Aaron, they thought we were weak. Victor assumed I'd look the other way again, like I did with the others. Lauren believed you'd accept her lies. Their mistake, he said. Yes. Meeting tomorrow. I have more evidence to share. Text me the details. Aaron ended the call and accessed Lauren's credit card accounts. He had added himself as an authorized user years ago, a privilege she'd forgotten about. Every charge painted a picture of betrayal. Expensive lingerie shops, high-end restaurants, boutique purchases that screamed desperation to fit into Victor's wealthy lifestyle. His phone buzzed with a text from Nina. Mr. Dalton and Lauren just requested reimbursement for a client dinner at Bistro Rouge. $847 for 2 people. Aaron typed back, keep tracking the expenses. They'll make it worth your time. It's not about money, Nina replied. He tried this with my sister last year. She quit rather than play his game. Lauren, she fell for it completely. Aaron opened his browser and logged into their joint investment account. Lauren had been making withdrawals, small amounts at first, then larger sums as her involvement with Victor progressed. Money that was meant for their future, spent on her secret life. A notification popped up. Another credit card charge at the Atlantic Shore Resort Spa. Aaron screenshotted it, adding to his growing file of evidence. Each transaction, each lie, each betrayal fueled the cold anger building inside him. His phone rang again. Brian from school. Aaron, man, I just saw something you need to know about. What is it? Jessica and I were at Romano's for dinner. Guess who was there last week? Victor Dalton, all over some woman at a corner table. The wait staff was talking about it. Let me guess. Brunette, green eyes, wearing an emerald pendant. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. We tried to tell you about Dalton. Don't be sorry. Aaron's voice was steel. Be useful. I need the restaurant security footage. My cousin handles their security systems. Give me an hour. Aaron hung up and pulled out a fresh notebook. He began mapping connections. Victor's board members, Lauren's colleagues. Every person who might know something useful. Each name a potential tool in his arsenal. He logged into their home security system, accessing archived footage. There, Lauren sneaking in at 3 a.m. last month, disposing of restaurant receipts in the outdoor trash. And there, Victor's car idling at the end of their street, picking her up for another business meeting. His laptop pinged an email from Eleanor's private investigator. Photos of Victor and Lauren entering the Atlantic Shore Resort, his hand possessively on her lower back. More photos of them at the hotel bar, his wedding ring conspicuously absent. Aaron's phone lit up with a credit card alert. Decline transaction at the Atlantic Shore Resort restaurant. He had been waiting for this moment, knowing Lauren would eventually max out her cards on her fantasy vacation. Right on cue, his phone rang. Lauren's number. Aaron, thank God. My cards aren't working. Something's wrong with the accounts. Something's wrong with a lot more than the accounts. What? Look, I need you to transfer some money. I'm in an embarrassing situation here at the Atlantic Shore Resort with Victor Dash. He heard her sharp intake of breath. Tell me, does his wife know where he is? Aaron, it's not what you think. Really? Because I have photos of exactly what it is. Would you like me to forward them to your parents? Your boss wife? The board of directors? You wouldn't dare. The Lauren I married wouldn't have dared to get involved with her married boss. But here we are. Please, her voice cracked. I can explain everything. Save it for your lawyer. Oh, and Lauren, tell Victor to check his company email. Eleanor's private investigator found some interesting transactions. He'll want to know about those. He hung up, silencing her subsequent calls. His phone buzzed with text messages. Aaron, please don't do this. We can talk about this. You're ruining everything. The last message made him laugh, a cold, harsh sound in the empty house. He wasn't ruining anything. They had done that themselves, one lie at a time. His doorbell rang. Eleanor Dalton stood on his porch, holding a thick folder. Ready to begin? She asked. Aaron stepped aside to let her in. They wanted to play games, he said. Let's show them how it's done. Eleanor spread documents across his dining room table. Bank statements, hotel receipts, photos, email printouts, evidence of Victor's past retreats, his financial misconduct, his abuse of company resources. The board meeting is Monday, she said. Once they see this, keep Victor's focus on the board. Aaron nodded. He'll handle Lauren. She'll try to paint herself as the victim. Let her try. Eleanor's smile was glacial. I've got proof of every lie, every charge, every dollar he funneled into his affairs. Aaron studied her. By the time I'm done, Lauren's victim story won't save her either. Eleanor regarded him for a moment. The quiet ones are always the most dangerous when pushed too far. History teaches us that. History, Aaron agreed, and I'm a very good history teacher. They spent hours planning, strategizing, sharing information to betrayed spouses, becoming architects of destruction. When Eleanor left, Aaron sat at his computer, composing emails that would shatter Lauren's carefully constructed world. The mild-mannered teacher was gone. In his place sat a man who understood that payback, like warfare, required patience, precision, and absolute commitment. Lauren and Victor had gambled with other people's lives and hearts. Now they would learn the cost of losing that gamble. Aaron looked at their wedding photo on the wall, the last reminder of the man he used to be. He took it down, placing it in a box with other memories of their life together. That life was over. A new chapter was beginning. He opened his laptop and began to write, documenting every detail, every betrayal, every piece of evidence. This wasn't just about vengeance. It was about justice. And Aaron Keller, the man they had mistaken for an easy target, would teach them both a lesson they would never forget. Aaron sat in his study, watching the credit card transactions update in real time on his laptop screen. He had calculated the exact moment Lauren's cards would hit their limits right around dinner time at the resort's premium restaurant. A notification popped up. Declined transaction at Azure Tide Restaurant. $478. His phone rang. Lauren's name flashed on the screen. Aaron, thank God you picked up. Her voice trembled with barely contained panic. Something's wrong with my cards. They're all declined. Are they? Aaron's voice remained neutral, controlled. How inconvenient. I need you to transfer some money right now. This is humiliating. I'm at dinner with Dash, she caught herself. With Victor. Aaron leaned back in his chair. Your married boss, who told his wife he's at a technology conference in Seattle. Silence crackled over the line. Then, how did you Dash? I know everything, Lauren. The hotel receipts. The spa appointments. The lingerie shops. Did you think I wouldn't notice the money disappearing from our accounts? Aaron, please. I can explain. To me. Or to Eleanor Dalton. Because she's very interested in hearing about her husband's retreats with his marketing executive. You wouldn't dare. Aaron laughed, a sound devoid of warmth. That's the point. Victor says Dash. Tell Victor to check his phone. Aaron interrupted. Eleanor's lawyer just sent him some interesting documents. Aaron, wait Dash. He ended the call, watching as more messages flooded in. Please don't do this. We need to talk. You're making a terrible mistake. Aaron opened his email, clicking send on a carefully crafted message to Eleanor. Attached were photos, receipts, and GPS data proving Victor's whereabouts. Within minutes his phone rang. It's done. Eleanor's voice held satisfied steel. I forwarded everything to the board members. Victor's secretary just called. He's having a meltdown in his hotel room. How's the tech conference in Seattle? Aaron smirked. Apparently Palm Beach has better weather. Eleanor paused. My lawyer filed the divorce papers an hour ago. The media will have it by morning. Perfect timing. I just canceled all of Lauren's cards and froze our joint account. They're trapped in that luxury resort with no access to funds. Aaron, a new edge entered Eleanor's voice. Victor's always gotten away with this behavior. His money and connections protected him. But not this time. No, Aaron agreed. This time he picked the wrong people to betray. His phone buzzed. A message from Nina at Northbridge. Mr. Dalton is calling the office in a panic. He's demanding emergency fund transfers. Keep me updated, Aaron replied. Then, to Eleanor, the noose is tightening. Meet me tomorrow. I have more evidence you'll want to see. Send me the location. Aaron ended the call and pulled up the resort security feed, courtesy of one of his former students now working in cybersecurity. He watched Lauren pace the luxury suite, phone pressed to her ear, presumably trying to reach Victor. His wife's betrayal had awakened something in him, a cold, calculating precision that surprised even him. He opened his laptop and began composing emails to Northbridge's board members, carefully selected media contacts, and industry insiders. Each message contained damning evidence of Victor's misconduct and financial impropriety, but more importantly, each revealed the CEO's pattern of preying on female employees. His phone chimed. Another message from Lauren. They won't let us check out without payment. Please, Aaron, this is cruel. He typed back. Cruelty is betraying someone who loved you. Consider this your first lesson. The local news website's headline screamed. Northbridge Media CEO in affair scandal. Board calls emergency meeting. Aaron sipped his coffee, watching the story spread across social media. His anonymous tip to the city's most aggressive investigative reporter had worked perfectly. The article detailed how Victor's history of inappropriate relationships with employees was tied to company funds, complete with financial records showing suspicious expenses. His phone rang. Eleanor. The board is meeting in an hour, she said without preamble. Victor's trying to dial in from Florida, but his access codes have been revoked. How did that happen? Aaron asked innocently. Someone may have informed IT about potential security breaches. Eleanor replied, satisfaction palpable. The same someone who sent evidence of financial misconduct to our biggest shareholders. Convenient timing. Very. My lawyer's presenting the divorce papers to the board, including proof that Victor used company funds to finance his involvement with employees. Aaron opened his email, finding dozens of messages from Northbridge employees. His anonymous tip line was working. Mr. Keller, one read, I worked with Lauren. We all knew about her and Victor. He did this before promoted women who played along, sidelined those who refused. Some of us have documentation. Another, Victor Dalton harassed my sister until she quit. We have emails. Aaron forwarded everything to Eleanor's lawyer and his media contacts. The story grew, morphing from a simple affair into a pattern of corporate misconduct and abuse of power. His phone buzzed again. Nina. Lauren's trying to access emergency company funds. Should I accidentally send those requests to the board? Make sure they see everything, Aaron replied. He opened his tracking app. Lauren's phone showed her and Victor attempting to leave the resort, probably heading for the airport. But Aaron had planned for this. A text came from his contact at airport security. Their tickets have been flagged. TSA's been alerted about potential financial crime suspects. Aaron dialed Eleanor. They're running. Let them try, she said. I've frozen all our accounts, canceled his cards, and alerted our banks about potential fraud. He's got nothing. How's the board meeting? Victor's screaming on speakerphone, threatening everyone. It's not going well for him. Eleanor's voice held grim satisfaction. 3 female board members just submitted formal complaints about past harassment. Aaron checked his email. More messages poured in from Northbridge employees, past and present, each one detailing Victor's misconduct, creating a damning pattern spanning years. His phone chimed. A message from Lauren. The airport won't let us through security. What have you done? He didn't respond. Instead, he forwarded another batch of evidence to the media. Victor's carefully constructed image was crumbling, one revelation at a time. A call came in from an unknown number. Dalton. The voice on the other end shook with rage. Morrison Dash, Aaron Keller. Aaron corrected calmly. What do you want, Victor? Call off your attack dogs. Attack dogs? I'm just a simple teacher. You're the powerful CEO. They'll destroy you for this. With what power? Check the news, Victor. Your board's voting right now on your removal. Your shareholders are dumping stock. Your reputation's in tatters. I have connections. Amazing how quickly they disappear when people learn who you really are. Listen to me, you pathetic Dash. No. You listen. Aaron's voice turned to ice. You thought you could take whatever you wanted, my wife, my marriage, my trust. Now I'm taking everything from you. Your wife came to me willingly, Victor sneered. She was bored with her simple teacher husband. Thank you for that recording, Aaron interrupted. I'm sure Lauren's parents will be interested in hearing how you talk about their daughter. Goodbye, Victor. He ended the call and sent the recording to his growing evidence file. His phone immediately lit up with Lauren's number. What did you say to Victor? She demanded. He's blaming me for everything. Actions have consequences, Lauren. You chose this path. I didn't choose to be stranded and humiliated. The hotel's threatening to call the police over the unpaid bill. That sounds like a problem for you and your married boyfriend to solve. Aaron, please, her voice cracked. I made a mistake. We can talk about this. Like you talked to me about being involved with your boss? About spending our savings on rooms and retreats? About destroying our marriage? I am sorry. No, you're sorry you got caught. There's a difference. Aaron's voice remained calm, controlled. Check your email. I sent you something interesting. He heard her phone ping, followed by a sharp intake of breath. He had sent her the growing news coverage, the social media storm, the evidence of Victor's pattern of affairs. You're just another notch on his belt, Aaron continued. Another disposable conquest. How does it feel to destroy your life for a man who's already moving on? What do you mean? Check his text messages to his secretary. The ones arranging meetings with the new marketing intern. I sent those too. Lauren's sob caught in her throat. You're lying. Like you lied? At least I have proof. Speaking of proof, your mother called. She's seen the evidence. All of it. My mother. Aaron, no. Actions have consequences, he repeated. You played with fire, Lauren. Now burn. He ended the call, turning back to his computer. More news outlets had picked up the story. Victor's carefully constructed world was imploding in real time, taking Lauren down with it. Aaron stood in his kitchen watching Lauren approach the house. She had managed to return from Florida, probably using Victor's last functioning credit card. She looked different now, designer clothes wrinkled, makeup smeared, the polished executive facade cracking. She rang the doorbell repeatedly. I know you're in there, she called out. We need to talk. He opened the door, but blocked the entrance. About what? About what you've done. The news stories, the board meeting, Victor's resignation. You mean the consequences of your actions. Our marriage ended when you chose to be involved with your boss. Lauren's composure caved. I made a mistake. Victor manipulated me. Did he manipulate you into hotel rooms? Into spending our money on your involvement with him? Into lying to my face? Please, let me explain, like you explained the late nights? The business trips? The client meetings and hotel rooms? Aaron's voice remained eerily calm. I have the receipts, Lauren. All of them. What do you want from me? Nothing. You're worth nothing to me now. He handed her an envelope. Divorce papers. My lawyer expects your response within 72 hours. Divorce? Aaron, we can work through this. Read the terms carefully, especially the part about being involved with your boss and the financial misconduct. I documented everything. You'll destroy me. You destroyed yourself. I'm just making sure you face the consequences. His phone buzzed. Eleanor Dalton calling. He answered, maintaining eye contact with Lauren. It's done, Eleanor said. The board voted unanimously. Victor's out effective immediately. No severance, no benefits, no golden parachute. Excellent. How's the media coverage? Getting worse by the hour. 3 more women came forward with harassment claims. Lauren's face paled as she listened to the conversation. Your things are packed, Aaron told her after ending the call. They're in storage. You have 72 hours to collect them before they're donated to charity. You packed my things. Actually, I sold anything you bought with our joint funds. The money's been deposited in a new account, one you can't access. You had no right. Like you had no right to spend our savings on hotel rooms with Victor. Aaron's smile was razor sharp. Check your credit report, by the way. I reported several charges as fraudulent. Your financial future looks challenging. You can't do this to me. I already have. Your belongings, your job, your reputation, they're gone. Just like our marriage. I'll fight you. With what resources? Victor's too busy dealing with harassment lawsuits to help you. Your credit's ruined. Your new apartment application was mysteriously rejected. Even your parents won't take your calls. Tears streamed down Lauren's face. Why are you being so cruel? Cruel? Aaron laughed, a sound devoid of warmth. I'm being methodical. You taught me that trust, once broken, becomes a weapon. Now I'm using everything you taught me. I loved you once. No, You love the man you could manipulate, the trusting husband who believed your lies. Aaron stepped back from the door. That man's dead. You killed him. The man who replaced him does not forgive betrayal. He closed the door on her protests, listening as her heels clicked down the driveway. His phone buzzed with messages, more evidence from Victor's former employees, updates from Eleanor's lawyer, news outlets requesting comments. The revenge machinery he had set in motion was working perfectly. Victor Dalton, the untouchable CEO, was facing multiple lawsuits and potential criminal charges. Lauren, the ambitious executive, was unemployable in their industry. Aaron returned to his study, updating his evidence files. He learned from history, document everything, leave no escape routes, ensure total victory. The mild-mannered teacher had transformed into something else, something colder, harder, unforgiving. His phone rang again. Eleanor, he answered. Victor's trying to access emergency funds, she reported. The bank's flagged potential fraud. Right on schedule. How's the media coverage? Getting worse. The story's gone national. Women's rights organizations are involved now. Perfect. Send me the latest updates. They'll make sure they reach the right people. Aaron ended the call and opened his laptop. More dominoes were waiting to fall. He had learned the art of patience, the power of calculated revenge. Lauren and Victor had taught him well. Now they would learn from their student. The man who believed in second chances was gone. In his place sat someone who understood that true power lay not in forgiveness, but in the ability to destroy those who betrayed you. The Northbridge Media boardroom buzzed with tension as Victor Dalton faced his final moments as CEO. Sweat stained his designer shirt as he watched the voting results appear on screen. Motion to remove Victor Dalton as Chief Executive Officer, effective immediately, the board's secretary announced. 14 in favor, 0 against, 0 abstained. You can't do this, Victor sputtered, his usual charm replaced by desperate anger. I built this company, and now you've destroyed it, Eleanor said from her seat at the table. The shareholders have lost millions due to your misconduct. This is your fault. Victor pointed at Eleanor. You and that pathetic teacher dash, Mr. Dalton. The board chairman interrupted. Security will escort you out. Your access to all company resources has been terminated. Victor's phone buzzed. Another declined credit card notification. Eleanor had frozen their accounts, leaving him with nothing but the cash in his wallet. I have rights, he shouted as security approached. They'll sue all of you. With what money? Eleanor's voice cut like ice. Your personal accounts are frozen pending investigation into financial misconduct. The house is in my name. Your car lease has been terminated. Aaron watched from the doorway, savoring Victor's downfall. He had arranged to substitute teach at a nearby school just for this moment. You. Victor lunged toward him, but security grabbed his arms. You destroyed everything. No, Victor. You did that yourself. One decision, one lie, one betrayal at a time. Security dragged Victor out as he shouted threats and promises of revenge. His voice faded down the hallway, leaving behind the wreckage of his career. Meanwhile, across town, Lauren sat in her office, packing her personal items into a box. Human resources had been clear. Her position was terminated effective immediately. Her phone displayed dozens of missed calls from Victor, all unanswered. He had abandoned her the moment their involvement became public, trying to save himself by claiming she had manipulated him. Need help with that box? Lauren turned to find Nina in her doorway. Come to gloat. No, Nina replied. Just making sure you don't take anything that belongs to the company. Standard protocol for terminated employees. I built the marketing department. While being involved with the married CEO, Nina finished. We all knew, Lauren. We watched you destroy other women's careers to protect him. I never dash, Megan Porter. Remember her? Nina asked. Victor harassed her. You buried the report, then had her transferred to a dead-end position until she quit. Lauren's hands trembled as she packed her awards and photos. I was protecting the company. You were protecting yourself. Nina held up her phone, displaying an article about Victor's removal and Lauren's termination. How does it feel to be on the other side? Lauren's phone buzzed. Another job rejection. Her reputation was toxic now, her name synonymous with scandal. No company would touch her. At home, Aaron sat in his study, monitoring the fallout. His phone lit up with a message from Eleanor. Victor's trying to access our vacation home. Police are waiting for him. Perfect, Aaron replied. How's the divorce proceeding? My lawyer found offshore accounts. He's been misusing funds for years. Criminal charges are next. Aaron opened his laptop, checking the anonymous website he had created. Evergreen's victims displayed hundreds of similar stories, harassment and manipulation spanning years. Each post added weight to the criminal investigation. His phone rang. Lauren's mother. How could she do this? Mrs. Harris' voice shook with anger. We raised her better than this. She made her choices, Aaron replied calmly. The shame she's brought to our family. Her father won't even speak her name. She chose her path. Now she faces the consequences. Another call waited. His lawyer. The divorce papers are ready, Alan Brooks announced. Given the evidence of involvement with her boss and financial misconduct, we're seeking full separation of assets with punitive damages. Make it hurt, Aaron instructed. She needs to understand what she's lost. He ended the call and opened his email. More job rejection notices for Lauren, forwarded from his contacts in various companies. Her employment prospects withered with each passing day. Victor's fall dominated local news. Business channels dissected Northbridge Media's stock plunge. Industry publications detailed his pattern of misconduct. His carefully crafted image crumbled under the weight of truth. Aaron's phone buzzed again. A text from Lauren. My parents won't take me in. I have nowhere to go. He deleted it without responding. Let her feel the isolation she had created. Aaron adjusted his microphone, preparing for another podcast episode. His anonymous series, Betrayal's Price, had gained a massive following. Today we're discussing how affairs destroy more than just marriages, he spoke into the recorder. They destroy reputations, careers, families. Each episode featured stories from Victor's victims or Lauren's former colleagues. Today's guest waited nervously in the recording booth. Megan Porter, thank you for sharing your story, Aaron began. Tell us about your experience at Northbridge Media. Megan's voice trembled slightly. Victor Dalton harassed me for months. When I complained to HR, Lauren Keller buried the report. She told me I was imagining things, that I was hurting the company's image. Then I was transferred to data entry. My projects were given to Victor's favorites. Eventually, I quit. How many others experienced similar treatment? Dozens. We all knew about Lauren and Victor. They protected each other while destroying anyone who threatened their secret. Aaron nodded, though his audience could not see. And now they have lost everything. Karma, Megan agreed. They thought they were untouchable. After the recording, Aaron opened his laptop. The website he created, Evergreen's Victims, displayed hundreds of similar stories. Each post eroded whatever reputation Lauren and Victor had left. His phone buzzed. Another update from Eleanor. Victor tried accessing his broker account. Everything's frozen. He's sleeping in his car. Aaron smiled coldly. The man who once commanded a boardroom now could not afford a hotel room. He opened his banking app, transferring more funds to various charities. Money from Lauren's sold possessions now supporting domestic violence shelters and ethics in business programs. A notification popped up. Someone had posted new evidence on the website, photos of Victor and Lauren at various hotels, dated timestamps proving their involvement spanned years. His phone rang. The local news station. Mr. Keller would like to interview you about the Northbridge Media scandal. I prefer to remain anonymous, Aaron replied. But I can connect you with other sources. We understand you're writing a book about workplace harassment and corporate corruption. Victor Dalton and Lauren Keller will feature prominently. After the call, Aaron visited his favorite tattoo artist. The words, "Never forget, never forgive," took shape on his arm, a permanent reminder of lessons learned. His phone lit up with a message from Nina. Lauren tried entering the building today. Security stopped her. She was crying about needing files from her office. Those files are evidence now, Aaron replied. The investigation team has everything. He checked his surveillance app. Lauren's phone showed her at a cheap motel on the outskirts of town. Her credit cards were maxed out, her accounts empty. Victor's location pinged from a bar across town, his former friends ignoring his calls, his country club membership revoked. Aaron opened his laptop, composing the next chapter of his book. Each word exposed their betrayal, their manipulation, their downfall. His phone buzzed. Lauren again. Please. I'm begging you. Call off the lawyers. I can't afford to fight this. He screenshotted the message, adding it to his evidence file. No response needed. Aaron stood before his history class, discussing the consequences of betrayal throughout time. Actions echo through history, he explained. One decision can destroy empires. A student raised her hand. Like that CEO in the news? The one who lost everything? Aaron nodded. Exactly. Victor Dalton thought power made him untouchable. He learned differently. After class, Hannah Collins, the new English teacher, stopped by his room. Your story inspired my students, she said. They're writing essays about corporate ethics. The best lessons come from real examples, Aaron replied. Their relationship had grown naturally. Hannah understood his transformation, respected the strength he had found through pain. His phone buzzed. Eleanor with updates. Victor's facing criminal charges. The forensic accountants found everything. How's he taking it? Aaron asked. Badly. He tried contacting our children. They blocked his number. Aaron checked his news alerts. Victor Dalton, once featured in business magazines, now appeared in crime reports. His fall from grace was complete. Another notification, Lauren had posted on social media. I've lost everything because of one mistake. Please, someone give me a chance. The responses were brutal. You mean because you got involved with your married boss? Karma's real. Actions have consequences. Aaron closed the app and opened his email. Speaking requests flooded his inbox, universities wanting him to discuss corporate ethics, podcasts seeking interviews about workplace harassment. His phone rang. Lauren's father. Mr. Harris, Aaron answered. The older man's voice cracked. We raised her better than this. You did. She chose differently. She's sleeping on a friend's couch. All her things in storage. Her mother won't even say her name. Actions have consequences, Mr. Harris. She destroyed her life. I just made sure she couldn't hide from it. After the call, Aaron drove to the tattoo parlor. The fresh ink on his arm served as a constant reminder. Never trust blindly, never forgive betrayal. His phone lit up with a message from his publisher. The manuscript is powerful. We're fast-tracking publication. Aaron smiled. His story would reach others, help them recognize manipulation, prevent more victims. A final task remained. He assembled 2 packages, each containing copies of everything: bank records, hotel receipts, photos, phone logs, witness statements. The first package went to Victor's new address, a rundown apartment, paid weekly in cash. Inside, Aaron included a note. Power is temporary. Consequences are forever. The second package went to Lauren's motel room. Her note read, You chose this path. Now walk it alone. Aaron returned home, where Hannah waited with dinner. They had created something new, a relationship built on honesty and strength. His phone buzzed one last time. Lauren's final message. I see now what I lost, what I destroyed. I'm sorry. Aaron deleted it without response. The time for apologies had passed. The man who once wrote love poems and believed in second chances was gone. In his place stood someone stronger, someone who understood that true power lay in holding others accountable. His revenge was complete not through violence or rage, but through calculated justice. Victor and Lauren had thought him weak, easily discarded. They learned too late that betraying a good man creates something dangerous, someone who never forgets, never forgives, and never stops until justice is served. Aaron closed his laptop, his documentation complete. The story was finished, but its lessons would echo. He had transformed from victim to victor, from betrayed husband to avenging force. In the end, he had not just survived their betrayal, he turned it into a weapon, destroying their world with the very lies they had used to deceive him. The mild-mannered teacher was gone. In his place stood a man who would never again be fooled, never again be weak. His new life awaited, built on the ashes of betrayal, stronger for the flames that had forged it. Epilogue. 6 years later, Aaron Keller stood at the podium in Harvard Business School's largest auditorium, addressing a packed crowd of MBA students. His book, The Price of Betrayal, Corporate Ethics and Personal Consequences, had become required reading in business ethics courses across the country. Actions echo through time, he began, his voice carrying authority earned through experience. 6 years ago, I was a high school history teacher who trusted too easily. Today, I'm here to teach you about the real cost of ethical failures in business. The presentation screen behind him displayed headlines about Victor Dalton's conviction for financial fraud and sexual harassment, 4 years in federal prison followed by 1 year of house arrest, all assets seized, reputation destroyed, family lost. Mr. Keller, a student raised her hand. Your book mentions that Victor Dalton attempted to rebuild his career. What happened? Aaron clicked to the next slide. Victor's latest mugshot. 3 months ago, he violated parole by attempting to start a new company using a false identity. He's back in prison for another 4 years. After the lecture, Aaron checked his phone. A message from Eleanor, now Eleanor Reeves, after reclaiming her maiden name. Thought you'd want to know. Victor tried contacting our children again. They sent his letters back unopened. Eleanor had transformed her experience into power. She had started a foundation supporting workplace harassment victims, using her legal expertise to help others fight back. The millions she had won in her divorce from Victor funded scholarships for women in business. Aaron replied, "How's the foundation? We're opening offices in 3 more cities. Your book keeps driving donations." His phone buzzed with another notification and alert about Lauren. He maintained surveillance on both her and Victor, ensuring they never fully recovered from their downfall. The article detailed Lauren's latest setback. After losing everything in Ohio, she had tried starting over in different cities, but Aaron's network of contacts, combined with the digital footprint of her involvement with Victor, made employment nearly impossible. She had been fired from 6 jobs in 6 years when employers discovered her history. Aaron opened his tracking app. Lauren's current location showed a small apartment in Detroit, where she worked as a waitress under her mother's maiden name. Her attempts to rebuild her marketing career had failed. No company would risk association with Victor Dalton's infamous former executive. His phone rang. Nina, the former Northbridge receptionist who had helped expose the affair and now ran her own successful HR consulting firm. "Aaron, I just saw your Harvard lecture online. The students' faces when you showed Victor's latest mugshot. How's business?" "Booming. Companies are terrified of becoming the next Northbridge media scandal. They're finally taking harassment seriously." After the call, Aaron headed to his hotel suite. His speaking tour would continue for another 2 months: New York, London, Tokyo. Corporate boards paid premium fees to hear him discuss ethics and consequences. His laptop showed a new email from Megan Porter, another of Victor's victims. She had become a powerful advocate for workplace safety, testifying before Congress about corporate harassment. "Aaron, Preston's dash," she wrote, then corrected herself. "Victor's former defense lawyer contacted me. Apparently, he's writing a memoir, claiming he was the victim of a conspiracy. His publisher dropped it after I threatened legal action." Aaron smiled coldly. Even in prison, Victor could not accept responsibility. His attempts to reshape the narrative always failed, crushed by the mountain of evidence Aaron had gathered. A text arrived from Hannah, now his wife of 4 years. "Channel 7 just aired your interview. You were amazing." Aaron and Hannah had married in a private ceremony. Their relationship, built on the lessons of his past, was grounded in honesty and mutual respect. She understood his transformation and supported his mission to expose corporate corruption. His phone buzzed again. A message from Lauren's mother. She tried calling home again. Her father still won't speak to her. The Harris family had never fully recovered from Lauren's disgrace. Their standing in the community, built over decades, had been shattered by their daughter's involvement with her married boss. They moved to another state, changed their phone numbers, and severed all contact. Aaron opened his laptop, checking the anonymous website he had created. Evergreen's Victims had evolved into a powerful resource for harassment survivors, with thousands of members sharing stories and support. New posts appeared daily. "Victor Dalton tried contacting me from prison. Blocked. Lauren Keller applied at our company under a different name. HR caught it thanks to this site. I recognized the signs early and reported my boss before he could harass anyone else." The site had spawned similar platforms, exposing other corporate predators. Aaron's story had become a blueprint for fighting back against powerful abusers. His schedule for the next 2 years was fully booked. Fortune 500 companies competed for his time, eager to avoid becoming cautionary tales in his next book. The business world had changed, partly due to his efforts. Companies implemented stronger ethics policies. Boards scrutinized executive behavior. Harassment claims received serious investigation. Aaron checked another notification. Victor's prison commissary account showed a balance of $147. The man who once commanded millions now begged family members for funds to buy basic items. A final message arrived: Lauren's latest job application, rejected by a Detroit marketing firm. Erin's contacts had ensured her resume triggered automatic rejections at major companies nationwide. She tried therapy, claiming she struggled with compulsive relationship issues and manipulation by Victor. She attempted rebranding herself as a cautionary tale on social media. She begged former colleagues for help rebuilding her career. Nothing worked. Erin's documentation of her betrayal followed her everywhere, a digital mark she could never erase. His phone rang. A producer from Netflix. "Mr. Keller, we're interested in adapting your book into a documentary series. Send the proposal to my agent," Erin replied. "But I maintain creative control." After the call, he opened his safe and removed a thick file. Inside lay the original evidence: hotel receipts, bank statements, surveillance photos, physical proof of betrayal that had launched his transformation. The mild-mannered teacher who discovered his wife's involvement with her boss had become a powerful force for corporate accountability. His story inspired others to fight back against abuse of power. Victor Dalton, who had once dominated boardrooms, now shared a prison cell with other white-collar criminals. His attempts to maintain control, to rebuild his image, failed against the overwhelming evidence Erin had gathered. Lauren, the ambitious executive who betrayed her marriage for advancement, served tables and lived in obscurity. Her dreams of corporate success lay shattered, destroyed by her own choices. Eleanor thrived. Her foundation helped other women escape toxic workplaces. She turned her pain into purpose, her revenge into reform of corporate culture. The story had expanded beyond personal betrayal to expose systemic corruption. Erin's documentation became a template for fighting powerful abusers. His methods trained new generations of corporate watchdogs. 6 years had transformed everyone. Erin from teacher to influential author and speaker. Victor from CEO to convicted felon. Lauren from rising executive to anonymous server. Eleanor from betrayed wife to powerful advocate. Nina from receptionist to successful consultant. Megan from victim to congressional witness. Each transformation traced back to choices made in that crucial year: trust betrayed, lies exposed, consequences delivered without mercy. Erin's tattoo dash, "Never forget, never forgive," had gained new meaning. It was not just about personal revenge, but about systemic change. His story taught others to recognize manipulation, document abuse, fight back effectively. His new book contract promised 7 figures. Speaking fees approached $50,000 per event. Corporate boards sought his guidance on ethics policies. The man who had lost everything had gained something greater: the influence to prevent others from suffering similar betrayal. His pain became power. His documentation became weapons. His revenge became a revolution in corporate culture. 6 years had not softened his resolve. He maintained surveillance on Victor and Lauren, ensuring their actions haunted them. His network of contacts grew stronger. His influence expanded globally. Erin closed his laptop and prepared for tomorrow's lecture. Harvard Law School wanted him to discuss using documentation as legal evidence. Yale's Business School requested a series on corporate ethics. His phone showed one last notification: Lauren's latest social media post. 6 years ago, I made mistakes that destroyed my life. The consequences never end. Erin smiled coldly. She had finally learned the lesson he had set out to teach. Betrayal carries a price. Actions have consequences. Some mistakes can never be undone. The history teacher had become a maker of history, his story a warning to those who would abuse power or betray trust. 6 years had not weakened his resolve. They had proven the effectiveness of his methods. The revolution he had started would continue changing corporate culture, one exposed predator at a time. His documentation became template. His methods became standard. His story became legend. The price of betrayal remained constant: total destruction, without mercy or forgiveness. Erin had ensured that lesson would echo through time, teaching future generations that actions truly do have consequences. That's the end of today's story. If you haven't yet, please like the video, subscribe, and turn on the bell. What are your thoughts? Share them in the comments. We read them all. And thanks for watching. You're always welcome here.